Yes, good evening students. Today I am going to teach you the infinitive. The infinitive means 2 plus verb 1. Right? Infinitive means 2 plus verb 1. Okay. Students, you must be knowing, you must have read or studied these things. Non-finites, infinitives and participles you must have studied in your previous classes. So I'm just giving you a brief description of this. What are non-finites and finite verbs? Verbs which are not limited by number, person and time are called non-finite verbs. Verbs, shall I write? Verbs which are not limited by number, person and time are called non-finite verbs. Non-finite, right? So, for example, like infinitives, gerunds and participles are non-finite verbs. Infinitives, gerunds and participles are non-finite verbs. Okay. Finite verbs are those which are limited by number, person and time. And non-finite verbs, they are not limited by number, person and time. Okay. So first of all, in my last class, we have studied gerunds and now we'll start infinitives. Right. So as I told you, infinitive means the infinitive is 2 plus verb 1. Right? For example, infinitive means 2 plus verb 1. For example, he wishes to succeed. He wishes to succeed. Right? So, in this sentence, to succeed had no subject. To succeed, he wishes to succeed. So, 2 plus verb 1 succeed has no subject and hence it is not limited by number and person of the subject. It simply names the action denoted by the verb succeed. It is therefore a non-finite verb or simply an infinitive. This is 2 plus verb 1 and it doesn't have subject also. So it is non-finite verb. This is 2 plus verb 1 succeed, right? And the infinitive simply express the state or action denoted by the verb. The infinitive simply expresses the state or action denoted by the verb, like to see, to play, to sing are infinitives. Right? These are called infinitive with 2 or 2 infinitive. These are called, so we can call them 2 infinitive. We can call them, these are called infinitives with 2 or 2 infinitives. 2 infinitives, right? The word 2 is not an essential part of the infinitive. Note, the word 2 is not an essential part of the infinitive. See, the word 2 is not an essential part of the infinitive. We can means, for example, see, sit, play are also infinitives. See, sit, play are also infinitives, and these are called pure infinitives or infinitives without to. Note, these are called pure infinitives or infinitives without to. Infinitives without to. And the infinitive without to is used. This is important. Infinitives without to is used. Point number 1. After the verbs bid, let, make, notice. Shall I write? After the verbs bid, let, make, notice, hear, see, feel, hear, see, feel, watch and have, watch and have, etc. Right? So we can use these verbs, these infinitives without to also. For example, I made him sit down. I made him sit. Right? So here sit is verb, infinitive without to. This is infinitive without to. Right? Then point number 2. But when these verbs, after the modal auxiliaries need and dare. After the modal auxiliaries need and dare. Right? For example, he need not come. He need not. So come over here is infinitive without to. Means after need we need not writing using to. Right? Number 2. He dare not do it. He dare not do it. Here do is infinitive without to. Right? Now point number 3 is after the modal auxiliaries shall, will, can, may. After the modal auxiliaries shall, will, can, may, should, would, could, might and most. For example, you can go now. You can go now. So here go is infinitive without to. Example number 2. He should be more serious in his work and one must do one's duty. One must do one's duty. So do here is infinitive without to. Then ought is always followed by an infinitive with to. Modal auxiliary ought is always followed by an infinitive without to. Without to. For example, he ought to finish it today. He ought to finish it today. Right? Now, the verb, know and help may be followed by may be followed by an infinitive with or without to. With or without to, right? For example, I have known him. I have known him to lose his temper. To lose his temper means we can write it, I have known him lose his temper, or I have known him to lose his temper, right? It is advisable to use to infinitive. It is never incorrect, right? It is advisable, I am advising you to use to infinitive over here, right? Now we will do infinitive with to. The infinitive with to is used. Number 1, as a subject to a verb, as subject to a verb. For example, to rise early is a good habit. To rise early is a good habit. Here, to rise is an infinitive with to, right? And next one is to as object to a transitive verb. Transitive, right? For example, he hopes to pass. He hopes to pass. This is this is object of a transitive verb, right? Next is as object to a preposition. Then next point is as object to a preposition. As object to a preposition, right? For example, the train is about to leave. The train is about to leave. So to leave here is object to a preposition to, right? Next point is as complement to a verb. Then as complement to a verb. For example, our motto is to forget and forgive. Our motto is to forgo, forget and forgive. So, to forget is complement to a verb. Next point is to qualify a noun. To qualify a noun. For example, this is not the time to sleep. This is not the time to sleep. To sleep is qualifying the noun time, right? Next is to qualify a verb to express purpose, cause or manner, and to qualify an adjective. To qualify an adjective. For example, I am eager to join engineering. I am eager to join engineering. So, to join is qualifying the adjective eager, right? So, today we have learnt infinitives. Infinitives are of two kinds. Infinitive with to and with infinitive without to and their usage. We have learnt these two kinds of infinitives. So, that's all for the day. Good day.